Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I'm just gonna wait 50 or 30 minutes or 90 minutes just to see, just so people can roll out of their skin, roll in some butter. It's Saturday. That's how we do it here. Straight up. Straight up butter rolls, baby. All right. All right. Test one, two. Okay, looks like we're on switch. We're on Blitch. We're on Critch and Crutch. Okay, we're streaming on Blue and Gloom Gloom and Gloobity Doom Doom Dooms. Cool. All right, looking good so far. Oh, we just lost a receiver. Just lost a wide end. There it is. There, we got it back now. Thank you. All right. So far, so good. Testing, testing, testing. Breathe. Out. That's in. Breathe out. Not in my face. Just breathe out to the side. Perfect. Now breathe in. Great. That's perfect. Okay. Here we go. All right, all right. Good morning, Vietnam. Yeah. Oh, shit. When I said good morning, I didn't mean good morning. Alrighty. What are we drawing today, folks? What are we going to draw? I had an idea. Good draw. And it starts with a circle. It starts with a K. Every kiss begins with K. I don't know why I'm putting my coffee over there. I'll just put it over here. Oh, fair enough. I don't know how this pen is gonna do on this paper. This paper is very text. It has ridges. It's like ruffles. So far, so good. Hey, oh, it's actually kind of. It's actually not too bad. I've been wrong all this time. I've been wrong about everything. Holy moly. It's weird because the tip is so round. It draws such a kind of like a fine line. Kind of far away. Why is everybody so far away? Everything beautiful is far away. After all. Good morning, everybody. Hi. The phone is kind of sort of above my head, so I can't look at the chat too much, but talk amongst yourselves. Oh, this pen. This pen is already pissing me off. It's not a good way to start the day, pen. Oh, okay. It's like, well, I better shape up or shape out. And it just started doing better. We've got a Milky Way. Oh God, it's almost paved. The human race has nearly won. Mother Earth has come of age and made herself a shallow grave while she drives us all into the sun. Hello, all you stowaways. We applaud your lazy grace. Your very face is a cause to run. We were gonna renegotiate to at least some kind of living wage, but my friends, the ship's already sunk. We survived all your filthy plagues and fought in all your World War games. You killed us off in droves for fun. You said that you would keep us safe and lead us through to better days, but those better days have never come. Here upon this bloody stage is where I came to spread my name, the human waste of a simpleton. But nowhere would I get a taste of that American marketplace. How the times have changed and only just begun. Don't be afraid. Everything's gonna be okay. No matter what side of life you look at, every day is a chance for things to get better. Let other people be afraid. What's gonna happen is gonna happen, and it's happened before. It'll happen again. Over and over and over and over until this dimension blends into the other and we're lost to time again and born again on the other side of the universe, only to ask the same question. So don't be afraid. Just be kind. kind to yourself. Cut yourself some slack. It's not your fault. None of this is your fault. And it didn't start with one person, and it won't end with them. It's just up to us to make sense of it. And then die. So really, what have you got to lose? Life itself, I guess. Oh, I can't reach up there. I need to get the other stool. Hi, Rachel. Oh, can't play this song. It'll copyright me because it's a Beck song. It's fucking so stupid. You can't play your own fucking cover of a stupid song. I could have just fast forwarded without it. I panicked. They copyrighted me before, and it's like, it's just crazy to me. This is a song I wrote. Or I guess recorded. I like wrote it in like one morning. Well, I mean, it's like one riff, but then I just recorded everything else. It's kind of far away, huh? Trying not to bump the table too much. Sorry, the light sucks. I hope that's better. Fear breeds hatred and anger and frustration and confusion. You have to find heaven. You have to find that balance inside yourself. You can't wait for others to do it for you. Don't waste your life waiting for others to hold up their end of the bargain, you know? Get to it. We all have a place in this world. Every single one of us. My place is eating waffles and drawing with cheap pens on free paper. It's free, goddammit. Now, if this paper was in Russia, it would be a commie. A comic. Get it? A comic with 2 M's? That'd be funny. Funny-ish. Funny is a relative term. I don't know if you can hear my heart beating right now, but it's thumping really loud. It's like that little rabbit from Bambi. Can't remember its name. Stompy? Be kind. At least start with that until somebody's just mean to you. And then still be kind. But kill them with kindness. It's really easy to do. I've done it. I did it to myself. Yoko in the background there is reading a poem about, it's called an apple blossom. Or the poem is called Apple Blossom, and she's reading it in Japanese. I found her on YouTube and I got her permission to use this, and she said I can use anything of hers I want. I'm like, thank you so much. She speaks really good English. That was back in 2015 when I was an ambitious little music making monster. I mean, I was for the next 7 years too, still. But she was really sweet though. Who says I won't? I didn't say when I would draw one. You gotta butter me up, Buttercup, before you just, brand me with that little brand? Hot rod? Cattle rod? Ow. Have you ever been zapped by one of those things? I have. I used to live on a ranch, and we used to have to zap cows. And my brother used to do that to my other brother too. It's gonna get loud. As much as I want the heater to come on, it is so loud. I suffer from my art. I suffer from my fans, bras, dudes, others. Maybe I'll draw a cow in this. That would be utterly amazing. Oh my gosh, I gotta write that down. What was it again? A cow? Something about a cow being wonderful or something? Yeah, a wonderful cow. Wonderful cow makes for wonderful, honest milk, I think. Yeah, that's what I said, right? Yeah. Care about the ones you love. Fuck the rest. It's what my daddy says. Care about the ones you love. Fuck the rest. It's what my daddy says. Help your mother out before she dies. Make sure she's comfortable. And don't let the media fill her head with lies. Help your mother make me proud, my son. Do good things. Make sure you're on your own. I just realized I did something stupid last night at work and I totally forgot. Ah, damn. I hate when that happens. Now I'm not gonna be able to stop thinking about it. But I think it'll be fine. Just a cloud in the sky. That guitar, that there doodle needs the guitar, a turtle and a bando, a turtle and a bando. Ding 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 ding. Ding 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 ding. The guitar and the banjo for the turtle and the. Good morning, Ben and Joe. Pleasure, as always. Morning. I wrote that song when I was 19 years old. I was living in Ashland, Oregon. It was the year 1999. But all this stuff was recorded in like 2015. In my basement, no less. Boise, Idaho. Trouble's gone, and hypocrites go marching on. A life to lead, a war to bring some boring songs. And I know you can't stay long, for your love alive there. Your sister's tooth, a bulletproof flag on the roof, a kissing booth, a dime for evidence to prove that we know what went wrong with your love behind closed doors. And I know you can't stay long. Could you pretend to love me some more? On the summer lawns, with golden hair reaching for the sun. All I'm ever trying to say is don't let people take your light away. You don't have to be kind, especially if the world's been unkind to you. But it helps you heal. It leads your soul in the right direction. Trouble's gone, and hypocrites go marching on. Life to lead, a war to bring some boring songs. Hey, Danik. And I know you can't stay long, for your love. I know you ask a lot of questions, man. I can't get to a lot of them sometimes, and you slip through the cracks. I'm sorry. You have a lot of great questions, but sometimes I don't have all the answers. But I really do appreciate you. And I hope you're safe wherever you are. And you're happy. Good morning, passerby. And I wish that for everybody, by the way. Even the guy across the street with the Trump flag on his front lawn. I want my neighbors to be safe and happy and healthy. Even if I don't believe in their ideologies, you know? We don't have to be enemies until that line is crossed. That's what I hope anyways. And I've said this many times, but I live in a very conservative area, and I've never been messed with at all. At all, ever. So I'm still waiting to see these Nazis marching down the streets Ray's telling me about. Because even if there are Nazis, it didn't start with Trump. They've been here all along. People should be mad at NASA, you know? I mean, Nazis built rockets, got us to the fucking moon. Isn't that Operation Paperclip? Or which one's that? The alien one? It's true. We took Nazis. The Russians took Nazis. They built rockets. We built rockets. Wasn't his name Von Braun or Von Bronner or whatever the fuck his name is? Fucking Nazi. And now all of a sudden people are like, Nazis everywhere! What are we gonna do? What we've always done. What do you mean? Anyways, that's what I think. I'm not afraid of Nazis. I ain't afraid of anybody. I'm afraid of myself. Because I know what I'm capable of. I'm tired of being afraid of the unknown. Anyways, sorry. I'm not gonna give you all that crap. Hello, Ken. Good morning. Oh. It's all ukulele. There's no regular 6-string guitars in that entire album. Everything you hear is ukulele, except for like bass and drums and stuff, you know, and like synth. You hear the Pink Floyd cover? I can't even play it on YouTube. I can't even ever. I have to like run to the thing or it'll copyright it. It's ridiculous. But The Fat Old Son is like one of my favorite songs of all time. I remember hearing that when I was like 13. Had this little weird. My mom got me this cassette tape from this yard sale, and all it said was Pink Floyd. But it had all these like B-sides, and it had some songs from Fat Old Son is on Adam Hart Mother. And that album just blew. Some of those songs were on it, and then some like ones from Works, I think. Like, what is it? 1,000 little animals scurried together in a cave with a picture or whatever. I forget what it's. I used to know it. I was a diehard Pink Floyd fan at one time. Die Hard with Pink Floyd. But yeah, anyways, thank you, man. That's cool. That was a fun album to make. I have like so many ukuleles. I probably used like 60 different ukuleles on that album. Man, I'm cold. Whew. Can't turn the freaking heater on because it's fucking so freaking loud. It's like one of those industrial heaters. You turn it on for 5 minutes and you're good, but damn. Maybe I could turn it on and just mute the channel or something. I just don't want you guys to be annoyed by the sound. Or I could wear clothes. I'm completely naked out here. Gotcha. Yeah, they came around when I was a kid. For me, anyways. Like they came into my life when I was like in the summer between 7th and 8th grade. I think that was when I like sort of discovered rock and roll, and in my own way. It's like I'd always heard it, but then it's like in White Man Can't Jump and Wesley Snipes. He's like, you listen to Jimi Hendrix, but you don't hear it, which always cracked me up because Jimmy was very, very like worldly, and he hung out with all sorts of people, and I don't think he belonged to any community. I get the sentiment, of course, but like he grew up in Seattle, for crying out loud, and like I don't know, he lived in England, and he was just a different dude, kind of guy, very worldly. But he didn't like. I don't think he didn't come from like the streets and stuff like that. Like maybe some people think he did. But man, imagine what he would have been up to. I can't believe he died when he was only 27. It's just funny to think, they all would have had like him, John Lennon, all these Morrison, all these cats. Even Morrison, even while he was alive, he had his like, definitely his like, what do you call him? his lows, his low periods, and it's crazy how like much they lived in like such a short period of time. And I guess by the time I was 27, I well, it's not like I traveled the world in a rock and roll band, but I was doing all that stuff, but not with the fame attached to it, or the fans, or the money, or the girls. Oh gosh, I'm gonna write a song about it right now. We should listen to Swell Herds. Oh yes, it was crucial for me, that's for sure. There was a movie that I used to watch all the time back then. This is the thing that kind of like irks me these days because everything that I say, or like most of the morals and like the things that I kind of go by, my North Stars or whatever, are the things that I was taught when I was a kid. Like from movies, like even like I know it sounds crazy, but like I'm watching Indiana Jones and I'm like learning life lessons, like how to be a hero and how to look out for others and watch out. Plus, I was like kind of taught to be like a gentleman, like hold the door open for people, be polite, but in a really hardcore way sometimes. Like some of us, like with at the other end of that, it's like if you're at the dinner table and I had my elbows on the table, my dad would smack me, or like if I said something, you I heard this more than anything in my childhood. Shut your mouth, boy. And the way my dad would say it, it was just like terrifying. And I would tell him this now, and he sort of laughs, but it's like, dude, that really like messed with me, and it like made me self-conscious about my ideas, and I don't know, because he would put me down, like my ideas down and stuff. And I feel like if I had a kid, I would just like be all about their ideas and listen to them. But maybe that's why I do this YouTube and stuff now too, because it's like this attention-seeking thing almost. But it's also this thing I need to do because I'm trying to make this my livelihood because I'm getting older and my body's kind of like not doing so good. Fish, I gotta do some jumping jacks. That didn't work. Did you ever look? You should Google. Oh, thanks, dude. Jeez, I don't even know how to do that. Um, you should Google the definition of swell herds, like, or I think maybe it's in the description of the Bandcamp thing. But it was when we fed cows like entire like huge like mass um quantities or whatever numbers of cows, like the grains that had been like used to like make alcohol, and it had been sucked of all of its nutrients and everything, to make the alcohol, but it was still there, so they didn't know what to do with all these extra like grains that were practically worthless to them, so they just fed it to cows, and that's all they fed to cows, like huge amounts of cows, and all these cows got sick, and there's this huge like they called it like swill herds, and all these cows got like sick, and tons of them died, and it was just this huge fucking thing here in America. I think it was in America. Yeah, it's crazy. I'm sure that, I mean, it's just sad to think like you put something in a cage and it relies on you 100%. It just like a person in a cage. I think about people who have been in prison and just left to rot literally, and the kind of hell that must be. That's what I'm saying, man. People wonder what hell looks like or feels like or smells like. It's like, just take a look around the corner, read a book. Hell is on earth, man. But also, there's also heaven. It's all here. And it's also just in all of us. Because the same person that's in that cage could sit down and heaven could be in his head, and he could just escape that reality altogether with meditation, just escaping into his own mind. I've done that, just like in small ways, like in detention or just in class or something. My head, I can literally just start to watch movies in my head, hear everything, all the sounds and everything. I don't know what that means. I don't have like a photographic memory, but I just remember beats. Like, it's how I memorize things, like muscle memory kind of stuff. So when I listen to Nirvana, for example, and there's like feedback, in one of the songs, I memorize all that. So like when I listen to it, all of that becomes the song, even if it's fucking crickets in the background doing something. I don't know. Well, hello, my darling. Hello, my lily. Hello, my honey. All these little crickets singing that song. I have a date today with a pretty person who performs, who's like a um sorry, I'm stretching and yawning. That's better. Sorry. And they're a prolific performer, I should say, yeah, and they're quite creative, and she has a really nice voice. She plays ukulele. And I was thinking, I was actually right before I think Passerby said something about Swellherds, I I was thinking I would send that album to her, but I'll wait until I get to know her a little bit better. I don't want to be like, check this out, I'm so cool. But seriously, I'm gonna do that. Like, I'll wait for like 5 minutes. Now I asked her if she wanted to go watch the sunset at the ocean somewhere. Go see a movie, and she said yeah. But I get so nervous. I'm not very good at talking to people in those initial ways, like moments or whatever. Yeah, I'm pretty smooth, you know. I'm hip. I'm cool. all the kids want to come to my playground and drink my granny juice. Grammy juice, more like it, motherfuckers. Yeah. What? Huh? Oh, I'm alone. That's right. That was uncalled for. That was absolutely uncalled for. Oh gosh. Yeah. No. Give me that. I'm better. Oh gosh. What the hell's a TPD guy? Gosh. I brought it you last night. You asked for it. Oh, that's right. Thanks, buddy. You're welcome. Okay. Go back to sleep now. Okay. Everybody's asleep until they're awake. Jerks. Everybody's real until they're fake, right? What's that expression? No expression without impression. Fucker. Yeah, that's right. Be kind, rewind, motherfucker. Walk into a store. How you doing today, bitch? What's that? What? Huh? I said, how you doing today? Do you want... bitch. A long time ago, I was in Idaho. I lived in Idaho with I lived out there. And I was in a store, in this like yarn store. My girlfriend, she works on, or my ex-girlfriend, but well, she works with yarn. That's why we're in the yarn store. And there was this lady at the counter, and she was like, her and I were standing behind this woman. And I don't know exactly, I don't remember exactly what was going on, but she was kind of giving the people behind the counter a hard time. And I'm not really cool with that when people give people behind the counter a hard time. But anyways, I was just sort of standing there, and she was like all weird and irate, and she like backed up, and this was like in, jeez, 20, 2015 or 2016. God, it seems like yesterday. Can't believe how long ago that was now. But yeah, she backed up without looking, and she stepped on me, and she tripped backwards into me. you know, facing the people at the counter still. And she kind of fell into me, and I kind of like propped her up. I'm like, oh, I was like, oh, are you okay? I was like, oh, are you good? And she looks at me like I had done something to her, like I attacked her or something like that. And she turned around at me and she's like, oh, 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 and made this horrible noise and looked at the people at the counter, like gestured at me, like, aren't you gonna do something? Like, or something. And I'm like, lady, you backed into me. What the fuck? What am I crazy? And I said that. I was like, hey, you backed into me. I was like, what the fuck? And I just started laughing because it was so comical. And then she just like left. 'Cause I think she was looking for like a jump or something, like her car was dead. And I was like, man, I would have helped you. You chose to wake up and be a little gremlin. Yeah, don't let me catch you being awful to service workers, my friends. That's a day in hell you don't want to picnic at the picnic park. That's why I can't stand when people say like illegals and stuff. Having worked in many kitchens myself, oh man, I made friends with some of the most wonderful people you could ever meet, who other people deem illegals. I need to clean my garage. I need to organize this space better. So, especially now that winter's coming. I need to just like have a dedicated spot to draw because I'm like standing up right now, just because I have to have perspective. But like, it would be nice. It would be so nice to have a drafting table. But things also just get so dirty out here. There's not really. It's a garage. Don't get. I'm not complaining at all. Believe me. But like, it's like first world problems if I am. But it uh, there's no like no there's no insulation out here really. So I mean, I could just show you the boxes over there like piled up to like insulate. And the door right there is metal, so like the air gets in so easy. It's just so fucking. Yeah, I go outside and I shut the door and I can hear like my cat fart in here and stuff. It's just there's no. And it took me a long time to realize that. I'm out here making all these like weird ass YouTube videos when I first moved here, and nobody had used this garage in 2 years. And then all of a sudden I'm here, and the neighbors right next door are like right next door, and I had no idea how close their house was, and I had no idea how well they could hear me out here. And I was doing all these voices, I was doing parodies of the Matrix, and like all these fake commercials, and like music videos, and all these different characters. It's making all sorts of noise. And, and then one day I heard them out there and they were just like talking in a normal way and I could hear every freaking word they were saying perfect. And I'm like, holy shit. And then I tested it and I'm like, oh my God, they must think. I don't know what they think, but it's like funny to me to think that they could hear everything. Yeah. I mean, if you go back and watch some of the videos that since I've been in Paso Robles, like where I tagged them, it's like they're so wild, and I'm going like all these crazy and doing multiple takes of like the same kind of, Oh my God. And when I found that out, I was just almost like mortified. And I actually met them, and I was like, hey, by the way, when I'm out in the garage, that's like I'm like doing all these characters. And he's like, what do you mean? I'm like, for like YouTube and stuff. And he's like, oh, okay. And he's like, you have a YouTube channel, okay. But he said that I've never bothered them, but I'm just, you know, I'm always a little bit self-conscious about that kind of stuff. Because I say weird things, and then when you meet me in real life, you would never assume that I was like that. Because I'm very, very like quiet and reserved in real life. And like, if you were to ever meet me, my friends, you know how it is. Your friends know the you, especially long, long time friends. But nowadays, I'm very like usually when I meet people until I get to know them, because that's how it is. I guess I can say it on YouTube. It's not like a big deal or anything. It's not like anybody here is gonna know what store I'm even talking about. But last night when I left the store, this is like what's on my mind right now, and it's driving me crazy because there's like windows right by the cash register, and I left the freaking key in the cash register. It's just like hanging out there, and it's just saying break the window and open me, please. You know what I mean? And there's a lot of not to knock homeless people. They're pretty respectful. I'm not trying to knock them at all, but you never freaking know. Even a fucking non-homeless person could, a drunk guy could walk by and see that and shit and just break the window. But it's just such an incentive, It's just sitting right there. It's all ripe and juicy, just hanging off the branch. Saying, "No, come and get me. Just take a little bite. Just a little. Just yeah. Touch it, touch it." And I feel like it's like, what is it? Almost 6. What time? 5:39, and I'm thinking about driving 26 miles to that pet store so I can put the key in its little spot. That's how crazy I am. Like, that's how neurotic I can be. And then if I did that and I told my boss, he would be like, Sean, you didn't have to do that. My real name is Sean. I go by Story. In my dreams. This is a dream, everybody. Welcome to my dream. I love you. Always have. Not every man has a YouTube channel where he gets to act like a dipshit, and people seem to like it. For the most part. As my accent changes. Over and over. Shaun. Shaun of the Dead is an okay movie. Um, you know, I was supposed to play the part of zombie number 7, but I never got the call back, Benadryl. um, you know, it's disappointing still to this day. Yeah, and Edgar Wright don't speak. You see, I was actually zombie number 13 in George Romero's Land of the Dead. And that's where I saw Edgar and Simon on set. And I have to say, I quit that day. I never went back. I never trusted George. And then he passed away, and I felt so terrible. Having been zombie number 2 for the original Dawn of the Dead, I thought dressing like a nurse. I didn't know how much attention I would get, first of all, by dressing like a nurse. I mean, people love zombies, but holy cow. The cosplay. The cosplay freaks out there, they're just so. They pay well. Let's just say that. They pay well. Thank you, dear. Do you remember the zombie, the nurse in that? I'm a really big zombie fan, so you are barking up the right tree. And I like Shaun. I saw Shaun Dead in theaters. It's his is HAUN though. Not that it matters. Mine's SEAN. But I remember seeing we went to see some movie in Ashland, like me and a bunch of friends, and like there were friends behind me and to the side of me and stuff like that, and like in the theater sitting down, and the trailer for Shaun of the Dead came on, and at the very it goes through all this freaking cool shit, and then at the very end it's like Shaun of the Dead, well exactly like you did it, Benadryl, and and all my friends around me were like slapping me on the shoulder because everybody knows that I'm a huge zombie fan, anyways. But everybody was like slapping me and like, "Oh my God, Sean, your ass out of this." Gosh, I used to. I used to really look forward to movies like that. Actually, and if me and this person end up hanging out today, like I hope we do, we're gonna go see Heretic. I think I've heard I've heard cool things about that one. I don't really ever see movies anymore. Or watch. I just don't get excited about movies anymore. I've been let down so many times by movies that I thought were gonna be just so good. Only to like realize that all these new movies coming out, they're all the same. Not, and to be honest, I can't stand how Hollywood and all these people just like smell their own like, ah, they're just so annoying to me. Everybody's just smelling each other's farts all day. It's just like, at least eat something interesting before you do that. So, gosh darn it. Now I'm getting a little bit gross. I'm sorry, folks. Life is gross. I'm a child of the 80s. What can I say? I grew up on Garbage Pail Kids and the kind of gum you don't want to eat out of those little baseball packets. Actually, I think Garbage Pail Kids had gum too. There's probably still, I'm sure. My brother, he was like I've said this before, but he was a collector and he had Garbage Pail Kids and he had packets that he never frickin' opened. And I wonder whatever happened. He has comic books like that. He has Spawn #1. Apparently that's like pretty sought after. Or last I heard, but maybe not. Like the first edition. It's crazy. I grew up on Garbage Pail Kids. Even what were they called? Mad Balls? Toys they were called Mad Balls. And they were all sorts of like cool things, like zombies and mummies and little like Wolfman and all sorts of stuff. They were cool, like little just Nerf balls things. Yeah, man, gum was everywhere back then. It's like, you're in the cafeteria and the lunch lady puts her gum on the fucking, on your tray and stuff like that. I went through elementary school in the 80s. I was in kindergarten in 1984. I started school when I was 4 years old. It was like either that or like wait another whole another year, and I was already like, you know, I was super hyper and stuff, but I'm sure I was a fairly intelligent little kid too. I could pick up what they were putting down. So I was like, put me in, coach. I'm ready to play. And then when my mom left, I started crying. I didn't understand. I was like, wait a second, I didn't sign up for this. You're leaving? She's like, yeah, I can't stay. But thankfully, my kindergarten teacher, her name was Miss Sutton. Miss Sutton. She was really pretty, and she looked like my mom. She was like her hair was really fair and like blonde. She was very fair, like a damsel or something. It's crazy, and very very kind. And that was when I realized that I was better at other kids than working on or like at art, because I still have the thing I drew. It was like Winnie the Pooh or something like that, and all the kids. It was like a coloring thing. Everybody had a copy of it. And I was the I was the only one that stayed within the lines, apparently. And just things like that. I was saying the other night too, like I have report cards from when I was like in the second and third grade, and the teachers would come to my house and talk to my mom, and she would have to like reassure them that it was just my imagination was just off the fucking out of this world. Because it like in the margins, a lot of kids did this, but in like homework and stuff, there would just be oh this art and like, but for mine, because my brother got me into horror movies and stuff, it was like severed heads and machetes cutting and blood and all sorts of like really really like gnarly stuff for like a second and third grader to be drawing. And this was back in the 80s, back when that kind of stuff just wasn't common, I think. But neither were the kind of movies that I was watching. All those movies were like coming out at that time, like fucking Friday 13th and Nightmare on Elm Street. It's just weird to think about that kind of stuff now. Those are classics, and that means I'm old. Vintage. I gotta plug my stupid speaker. I've been at it for a long time. And the egotistical part of my brain is always like, damn, they're gonna have a lot of shit to go through after I'm dead. They're gonna have a lot of stuff to go through. I'll probably still be ignored just like I was in life. See, that's the negative part of me coming out too. I don't mean to be so negative. That's how I used to feel. I used to just to feel like completely invisible, even to like the closest people I consider to be close. And when you feel invisible to your best friends, you kind of lose hope. I did for a while until I learned how to be my own best friend. And that's somewhat of what you got before you right now. It's me trying to cut myself some slack. And every day I try to be a better person. Everybody's hurting. Even if you think you won. Even if you think you never will. Anyway, sorry. Getting lost in my thoughts. So yeah, this is basically how one of these drawings starts. And in here I'll probably put bricks. Especially on nice paper like this, it gives it a really cool texture. And the smaller you go sometimes, like once the ink, even if it's cheap ink like in Sharpies, it's just acidic. Once it sits in there and like soaks into the paper, it kind of takes on a life of its own. And that's why a lot of people think it's what I do is like etching, like I'm carving it. Like it's sometimes when I'm done, people think that the whole thing was black and I carved out the white. But I mean, I'm not trying to laugh like that's stupid. Because I think the same thing. I would love to. I mean, I would like to do that kind of stuff, but that's a whole another discipline that I would have to learn when I could just do this immediately. And this is where my heart is right now anyways, but yeah, right there. But yeah, basically just finish off with little bricks right there. And then all you have to do is just the little teeny bricks, then adds so much texture to it, and it just makes it look, it gives it more depth. Your eyes something to like sink their teeth into, if that makes sense. I don't know. Yeah. I know, and that's the thing. That's why I had to clarify that was like that's the part of me that's negative passerby, because I have to snap myself out of that, because I know that I'm not alone, and I know that I have people that care about me, and I appreciate that comment. I do. I do, because I know that now, and that's why I'm doing this. That's why I like coming here, and because even if people are rude at first, I have friends who are like comparing, like they're saying like don't be kind, sympathizing with. What was the meme I just saw that kind of rubbed me the wrong way? Where it was like, stop saying we can work together and blah blah blah, and then it has this meme of somebody like trying to explain stuff to like Nazis and the KKK and stuff like that, and I'm like, where are all of these people that you are talking about? Where is this Where are the Nazis that you're talking about? When I'm talking to people, I talk to a lot of people, and every once in a while, you've probably seen it, passerby, and hi, Allie. Um, you've probably seen it on here, people being awful and saying, especially in the beginning, especially why when I show myself. That's why I don't show myself too much, because I don't want to like provoke people, and it shouldn't be that way. But I just don't want that conversation to go. I don't want that to be the conversation. But even when people see my fingernails, they're like, "Are you gay?" It's just like, what? Who cares? Like that's so crazy to me. But anyways, Um, I don't know. I forget what I was saying. Such bigger fish to fry. It'll come to me. Whatever my point was. Yeah. And that's the thing where it's like, but I'm reading your comment, Allie, about being kind makes your heart happy. Because mine too, you know? And it's not something you have to film. It's not something you have to tell other people about later on, even though it helps, on a date or something like that. Oh yeah, here, buddy, here's a little bit more for the tip. Thank you for the good service. Yeah, did you see what I just did? I just paid him an extra $1. Yeah, oh yeah. You saw? Okay, good. Did you film it? No, let's do it again. Hey, boy, can you come back here? Let's do that again, but film it, and I'm gonna give you an extra. Okay, yeah. Come here. Shit, even if people are filming that kind of stuff and like helping people, I don't care. Just help people. People give them shit. No, you don't have to film it. Well, I don't. Who cares if they're gonna film it? Maybe other people see that and it encourages them to be nice or hold the door open for somebody or like pull somebody out of the street if they think they're gonna get hit by a car. We're still humans, and there's no reason to be afraid. When I say don't be afraid, I'm not talking politics. I mean, if that's what you want to think about, that's fine. But I'm just talking about in general. I'm not afraid of like these hypothetical scenarios. That's what I was gonna say. That's what I was gonna bring up. Is like my friend. They make it seem like just talking. Okay, so basically, okay, that's right. Because on my channel, people do come here and they sound like bigots or like homophobes or something like that. But every once in like at first I would be blocking them because I just didn't want to hear it. Because that's like you're the one that brings it up, man. Like I don't say shit about anything about my sexuality or anything. But these creeps come out of nowhere and bring it up and get all weird about it, and you're just like, you're the one that sounds like you have a problem here, like not me, you know. So that's for you, buddy. And I used to just like block him because it would just irritate me. But now, but now I kind of like let it hang. I let it hang for a minute, and I try to sympathize with the Nazis. No, I just try to fricking like feel them out and be like, is this person for real? Are they just being a troll? Are they only 12? Because usually that's the thing. They're only like 10. And that's just like so fun just to go to a channel and just be stupid. And I was 10 once, so I get that. But it's also this thing where it's like, hey, even if you're 10, we can be buddies. You can watch my channel. You can be cool. I can be cool. I'll respect you. I'll be kind to you until you're not. And especially if you're not kind to other people on my channel or my chat or something like that. then then I have people that will take care of you. But I think it's important to give people the benefit of the doubt, at least in the first few moments, instead of just like looking at an entire group of an entire demographic and just labeling them Nazis or something like that. It's just the most ridiculous thing. Especially when apparently, according to them, I live with one. I live with a Nazi. And do you know how insulting that is for people on the left to say that shit? They don't know jack shit about the world if that's what they think. And it makes me sad that they think that their neighbors are Nazis. And things have gotten so polarized that people on the right think everybody on the left are like coming for their guns and their commies and their socialists and shit. And maybe they are, but that doesn't mean they're gonna. That means they're looking for equity. That means they're looking for equity for everybody, you know. But even if it is misguided or misled, there's like people are searching for truth and they crave equality, you know, a level playing field. And while people bicker and moan on every side, every little corner of the little planet about scraps, the people at the top are laughing, raking it in, stealing your homes, burning your countries, taking our resources, and going to fucking Mars. Like people that, while there's cities in this country that have lead in the water, and everybody's all upset about babies and shit, but not enough to care about on the other side. As far as I'm concerned, I don't think Democrats give two shits about babies. They bomb them just fine in other countries. They bomb pregnant women just fine in other countries. Just like the Republicans. They all bomb babies and shit. I'm not a big fan of people that do that. And then get mad at me for not voting for it. For fucking war. But then the next day they'll be like, well, we live in an oligarchy. Hey, every 4 years, hey, let's vote. The next day, we live in an oligarchy. Everybody just moves the goalpost. And I'm taking a fucking stand. And I don't care anymore. I have standards. I won't vote for a corporate war party. And there's only one party in this country. And there's just two sides to the same fucking coin. And they're all out to get us. This is why I think people should band together. Stop calling each other Nazis and shit. Because again, I have yet to see one. I would laugh my ass off if I saw one, dude. Oh my god, that'd be so funny. I'm sorry. Am I making you sad, Allie? I'm not trying to. It's just the kind of stuff that I just... From the stupid key in the register at work to what our policies do to people around this world and have always done before and after Trump. And that's what gets me the most is he wasn't in office for 4 years and it didn't seem like things got better, at least. And that's the thing. It's like where I live, you would, I mean, besides every so often somebody wearing a Brandon shirt thing, or a Harris flag. There's Harris flags too around here, but there's around in the neighborhood there'd be a Harris house, and then there'd be a Trump house, and seems. I mean, I think there's a lot of conservatives. Like I've said, I've never had a problem with any of them. I've never had any confrontations. I mean, gotten a few looks, but like I said before, I'm a pretty eccentric person. I feel like I've been getting looks my whole life because of the way I carry myself out in public. And I work at these pet shops where I meet a lot of conservatives, and I have makeup on my eyes, and I wear pants and a t-shirt, but it's it's probably kind of obvious that and I've gotten nothing but respect. I mean, it's just I think people need to get off of the media, the train, the meat wagon is, um, and go out into the world and meet people. And I think it just starts with having an open heart, No matter how hard it is, I'm sorry, but even if a fucker is Nazi, there's people that can turn around, man. People can change. Because people are brought up in that shit. It's not like they wake up one day and good day to be a Nazi. Here we go, friends. Hey, Jim. Hey. You gonna mow your lawn? You old bastard. um, I have changed people's minds in my life who probably didn't think their minds could be changed. My mind has been changed by people in ways that I didn't even think was possible. And not in such a I just mean people can change, but I'm not saying or get stomped on by bullies or skinheads. Or don't let your friends that happen to your friends either. I made that mistake once, and it won't happen again. But lead with kindness. A lot of people are hurting, even the most angriest. They just need a hug. I know I sound really silly. But once you start breaking things down into most simplest of terms, into like terms that everybody can understand, universal terms, instead of calling each other names. How about this? Like, yeah, we're gonna disagree on 50% of everything, but what are the things we agree on? What are the things that we agree on? And go from there. Well, yeah, of course. That's what the media does. It's all about ratings. And I guarantee you, right now, all of the corporate media right now is happy as fucking clams that Trump, because ratings. While they're disconnecting me. No, they love having a scapegoat, and I think a lot of my friends do too. I consider my friends to be very intelligent, but I feel like they just also need somebody to blame for everything, and Trump is that. And I'm sorry, but I don't look at Trump like he's just a not this he's a product of this greater broken system that we lived in, you know. And he is definitely he was a Trump was coming no matter what eventually. I mean, it was people have been saying that for years before he came into office. Somebody like a Trump would come into office and do exactly what he's doing because horrible, wretched, evil politicians paved the way for somebody like him to do exactly what he's doing, and they don't like it because he's giving away all their secrets. If he was quiet and more well reserved, they would love him. And I guarantee you the Democrats wouldn't even like say or fight him in any way because they're just as fucking corrupt as the Republicans. If they were pro-life, they would cease bombing for, well, life. You can be pro-life and be pro-war at the same time. That's why you can't be a Christian and a Republican at the same time. It just doesn't make sense. The ideologies are completely opposed to each other, and same with Democrats. But they just don't stand for anything. They'll just move with however the wind blows, and they'll never lift a finger for the people that they claim to love so much, ever. The people that put them in the office, they just, I mean, Republicans too, but they're on this like religious kick too, leading their people straight into the arms of the devil. Yeah, that's right. Kill them all. Yeah, kill them all. They're all different from you. Yeah, kill them, kill them, kill them. Don't forget to go to church this Sunday, everybody. Haha, yeah. Oh, that's tomorrow. We gotta get ready. What are you gonna wear? I might wear some fur. What are you gonna wear? The skin of 1,000 people I murdered. Mm-hmm. I call it my Franken suit. Oh, Jeremy, you're so clever. God bless us all. Old Testament Christians. Ugh, they're the worst. Looks like Chunk from Goonies. Oh yes, oh yes, they are. And that's the saddest part that a lot of people just don't. He says what they want to hear, and that's what he does. He just tells them what they want to hear. But he also says everything out of everything um, that he can in one sentence, like about the topic. Like he'll agree and disagree with something at the same time. That way, he never answers anything the way like it's never an honest answer because he just everything he says is a contradiction. Like so that's what people love too because it's the very definition of just always moving the goalposts and never taking accountability and never taking responsibility for anything, always blaming the other guy, never saying sorry, never being showing any compassion whatsoever for anything or anybody except for yourself. And people love apparently love that shit. People just love it. I don't understand. I don't understand the appeal personally, you know. But some people love it. And I think those people have been screwed over so hard by the Dems for so many years now, for so many decades now. that, and they're tired of being called racists when they know they're not, because I think it was in the last election, more minorities voted for Trump, like, than they did in the first one. I mean, and I guarantee if you look at it now, there's probably even more, like the African American community. There's probably even more African Americans that voted for him this time because they were fucked over by Biden. I mean, it goes back and forth, and it will until the ultimate destruction of our species is. I mean, good lord, it's not going to take too much now. Considering that there's people that are just praying for civil war and shit like that, it's just like, what in the hell is going on here? It's like, what? But then, like, yeah, like you go out into the world and people just aren't like that. It's just not like that. And I'm sure it is in some areas. And there's some, I know that there's people out there doing horrible things, but that's just always how it is, has been. And my friends are like, this is the darkest day, the day the devil. And I'm just like, what in the hell? And the people said the same thing when Obama was elected. And they said he was coming for their guns. My dad and my stepmom literally went to like Bend, Oregon to buy a crap load of guns, like AR-15s and stuff, took them back to their place to bury them. So Obama and his people couldn't steal them, guns and shit. And they never came for their guns, by the way. It's the most ridiculous atmosphere that I can ever imagine. And it's important to find people that don't buy into that all that bullshit. And get off TV. Like get off the my aunt watches the news and I go in there and I hear it. And it's the same exact stuff that's happening that last time I was paying attention. You know, like a lot to the news. And it's except she watches mainstream and it's just targeted towards her. And it is foul. It is foul. Do not consume that garbage. And only consume it if you need to like get like a different like I don't even know how to say it. Never buy into it. Just always look at it with a grain of salt or whatever. Like if you just need to know like if an earthquake happened, it's not like I'm saying like that's that's conspiracy. But I think you know what I'm talking about anyways. But anyways, just a strange time. Gosh, it is crazy to see so many of my friends just like cheering for the Democrats though, as if they're like some kind of heroes. When I've had conversations with these people and it's just like, yeah, both sides are out to get us and we only have two sides. So what do you expect people who identify as Republican, who do you expect them to vote for? And then that's how it is nowadays. They make it on the right. They make it to where like if you vote for a Democrat, you're a commie, socialist, anti-patriotic, yada yada. And on the right or on the left, I'm sorry, they call you a sexist, racist, fucking Nazi if you vote for. It's just can you do people not see how ridiculous and childish that is? Not even children do that for crying out loud. Only adults do that. Children get it from their parents. Anyways, sorry. Just it's just obviously everything's fresh in everybody's minds and stuff. And I'm not naive to the realities that are out there, but it's also this thing where you can't polish a turd and whatever the fucking because it's just like they're both. I mean, like I've said, like the people that were killing in other countries don't care if you're a Democrat, if you're an independent, if you're a fucking libertarian, if you're a Republican, if you're a Christian, if you're an atheist. They just see the bombs coming and then that's it. They're gone. They're dead. And they never even had a chance to vote. And these are countries that we probably took democracy from. So they would never have a chance to vote. And then we go over there and just like, bomb the fuck out of them. Ran out of bombs in Syria in 2000, what, 7? Oh, I'm sorry. Jesus. It would have been 2011. 12? I can't remember. Oh, that's right. Yeah, no, it was like 2014 or 2015. I don't even know what year. I'm like Kyle Reese right now. I don't even know what year it is. But war is profit. That being said, everybody have a great Saturday, and I'm gonna clean up and organize my space. I'm gonna try to find a dedicated spot to draw for the winter, and maybe put some thermals on, for crying out loud. I'm definitely gonna turn the heater on. Oh, can I do that? Am I able to do that? Um, show me your number one sketching pencil, just in case I want to get it. I don't sketch really, but I use Sharpies. I use cheap pens, my friend. Vendetta, let me see. I don't know how to do that. Activate subtitles. I don't know if I can do that live, can I? What is this? Chat filter. Oh, yeah, that's not it. Okay, yeah. Plus I don't even know if it would be able to keep up with me. Sorry, Storm. Yeah, I mean, I use all different kinds of stuff, but I mean, I just use cheap stuff because it's just the most consistent. I've gotten really nice pens before, and they just seems like they just don't go fast enough or something for what I need to do, you know. But I've been using these for freaking years. They're just the ultra fine points, you know. Ow, shoot, my hand is. But or I will try to find pens like this, you know, like that gauge, anyways. And I've gotten lucky with a few good brands, but there's some at Michael's called Loft and something. What is it called? Where's the gosh darn pen? Hold on. I'm gonna make a call. Michael's, yes. Where is that gosh darn pen? Well, you gotta wake up the manager, young man. No, you get me, Michael. I want to speak with Michael right now, Mister. Oh, I lost my pen, and I want. You need to send somebody out here and help me find my gosh darn pen. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. Thanks, Michael. Okay. Okay. He's on his way. It'll be a few days. He loves me? What do you mean? I would. I'm just kidding, dude. I didn't really call Michael's. That'd be funny. Problems in mobile. Okay, thanks. Sorry, Vendetta. Man, I don't even know if the subtitles could keep up with my stupid words, anyways. You know. I wish I wasn't so American. Wish I was more worldly in that I could speak other languages. I only speak English, bad English, and Moonish. I lived on the moon for three lunar cycles, and let me tell you, my arms are tired. I got moon dust in my lungs though when I was up there, so when I laugh hard, the moon dust comes up, and if it's dark in the room and I cough, it glows in the dark. So it's kind of it burns. It really, but it's cool because it's like moon. It's like the part of the moon is in me. I feel like interstellar. I feel cosmic. You know, it's so neat. All my friends out here think so. What do you guys think? Yeah, what about you? You didn't say anything. Yeah, you over there in the corner. Me? Yeah, you. What? What did you think of my joke? I didn't know. You didn't really what? You didn't hear it? Well, maybe if you were paying attention to the joke instead of playing with the cat. What? If they can't hear you, I can't hear you. Okay, I'm sorry. Sorry, folks, I had to lay down the law for a second. Oh, I have several cats. There's 25 cats out here with me right now. You would never know it because it doesn't smell or anything. No, I live in a cat jungle. Surrounded by pussy. Cats, jeez. Why are female dogs bitches and cats pussies? It's just like the weirdest, stupidest thing. It's like next thing you know, we're gonna call like gophers buttholes or something like that. Like what the hell's going on around here? No, I don't have 25 cats, but I have one cat that I never get to touch. She's like, she's so crazy. When I see her, I think I showed her last night to you guys, but my little cat Abigail, she's a calico. um, I was just kidding about 25. This head, it looks so funny with this little nose and mouth right there. For the sake of the algorithm, I like to just like be super sarcastic and exaggerate as much as possible. That way it throws the algorithm off. And my phone recommends the weirdest things to me, by the way. I'm still learning how to re-laugh. I'm learning how to re-laugh, my friends. It's not working out very well. I was in a car accident, or I accidentally ran into a car with my head while it was parked. Let's just say that. It was on purpose, so it wasn't even really an accident. But let's just say that after that, my head is. It's been a little difficult to do things properly. But thank God I still have my art. What should we put back here? Maybe some hair. And then a long strand. I like going to the beach and walking down the strands towards the ocean, sideways along the coast, parallel to God, parallel to it all, to eternity and back again. A Story Grub's tale. And I'm going to bring all of you with me. It's going to be grand. Grand like the night we met. Oh, inhaling white cement. Oh, it was a lovely night. We danced all day into. And then we went and watched Fright Night, do you remember? It was playing in theatres. The year was 1987. Fright Night had just come out and blown all of our minds. We were young and impressionable. But hell only comes to those who wait. Oh, wait. That went dark for a second. I didn't mean for that. Oh yeah, I was gonna go. Ooh, a Sphinx. We had a maybe he was a Sphinx too. He was a really cool he was a cool looking cat named Alex. And he would pee in the toilet. He wasn't even trained to do it, but he would just pee in the toilet. Yeah. Pretzel? Cute. Yeah, some people aren't pet people. That's okay, I guess. Just keep them. I think they're all Nazis. Oh, you don't like dogs? Nazi. Oh, you got us to the moon? Nazi. Damn, that's a good pizza. Nazi. Just kidding. Um, I am going to go, everybody. Have a wonderful day. Talk to you soon. Be safe. Be kind. But don't take no shit for an answer. Wait, yes. Don't take no shit for. Take no shit and no for an answer. Just do what you will. Who am I to judge? Just be safe. Okay. I'll talk to you later tonight. Oh, I'm going on a date maybe, so I'll let you know how it went tonight when I get back. If I get back, if the ocean doesn't kill me. Bye, Allie. Take care of yourself. Bye, passerby. All my friends.